Rescue Videl is the 9th episode of the Great Saiyaman Saga and the 203rd overall episode of the Uncut Dragon Ball Z series. The episode first aired on October 20th, 1993. Its original American air date was September 19th, 2001. It starts out with Gohan flying to school as the Great Saiyaman and runs into Videl on the way. She starts to chase him in her helicopter, determined to find out who he really is. They chase for a while, and then stop when on ground. She asks the Great Saiyaman who he really is, and gets another "I'm the Great Saiyaman" declarations. By relocating Videl's helicopter to a roof, Gohan escapes her, leaving Videl grounded, while he takes off. When she arrives to school, she is pardoned for being a crime fighter when arriving late. School is normal until the Red Shark gang arrives. They kidnap the mayor and want Mr. Satan to come fight them, knowing he is a phony. While this is happening, he is hiding like the coward he is, refusing to fight. So while Videl is excused from school to fight the Red Shark gang, Gohan has to wait until an earthquake hits by tapping his foot on the floor to sneak out and fight. He transforms into the Great Saiyaman and takes out the Red Shark gang, while Videl takes care of their leader. The day is saved, and Videl thanks Saiyaman for his help, though she vows to unmask him someday. Blackmail is the 10th episode of the Great Saiyaman Saga and the 204th overall episode of the Uncut Dragon Ball Z series. The episode first aired on October 27th, 1993. Its original American air date was September 20th, 2001. The episode starts off with Gohan and Goten going to see a little pterodactyl named Chobi. Gohan and Goten have known its parents for years. When they get there, Chobi is not in his nest. Gohan tells Goten not to worry about it, and that the little pterodactyl will eventually show up. They go home to eat dinner. They are watching television and they see a commercial for the Musuka circus. There, they see Chobi doing tricks and a trainer yelling at it. Gohan gets mad and decides to go rescue Chobi. He goes to the circus and talks to the manager, Mr. Musuka. Musuka will not let Gohan take him, so Gohan goes out back, changes into his Great Saiyaman suit and takes Chobi. He is running down the streets and Videl sees him. She and Gohan fight, because Videl thinks that Gohan is trying to steal Chobi, not save him. Gohan explains to Videl that if Chobi is not returned, then his parents will wreak havoc on Satan City. All of a sudden, Chobi's parents are there. They attack Videl, but Gohan saves her, and she then understands what Gohan was trying to do. Gohan tells Chobi's father, Totop, please stop. I'm your friend. It's Go. Surprising Gohan, and leaving Videl surprised by hearing this. The police arrest the manager, and Chobi gets returned to his parents as Goten congratulates him for saving Chobi. The next day, Videl notices a scratch on Gohan's face, and says that is where the Great Saiyaman got scratched. She finally figures out that Gohan is the Great Saiyaman. She tells Gohan about the upcoming World Martial Arts Tournament, and says if he does not fight in it, she will tell everyone his secret. She also asks for flying lessons, and figures out that he is Goku's son. Gohan sighs and says, "Oh, blackmailed again. How do I do it?"
Trivia number 1. In this episode, the music in the latter half of the eye catch is changed. It goes back to the way it once was after this, but eventually switches to the changed one permanently. Number 2. This is the final time Gohan uses the helmet as the Great Saiyaman. In the next episode, the helmet is replaced with a turban and sunglasses.
I'll Fight 2 is the 11th episode of the Great Saiyaman Saga and the 205th overall episode of the Uncut Dragon Ball Z series. The episode first aired on November 3rd, 1993. Its original American air date was September 21st, 2001. The episode starts off with a plane crashing to the ground, with everyone freaking out, when all of a sudden the Great Saiyaman, Gohan, shows up and holds up the plane. Afterwards, news reporters are interviewing the great Saiyaman and ask him to tell them a little about himself. So he jumps up onto the plane and does his little rap theme, which makes everyone think he is weird. For example, a little girl says, "What a geek." Gohan then makes his way over to Capsule Corporation, where he tells Bulma about how Videl found out his secret about being the great Saiyaman, and that if he does not enter the World Martial Arts Tournament, Videl will tell everyone his secret. So, Bulma decides to give him a turban to put over his head along with some sunglasses, as helmets or armor are not allowed in the tournament. Gohan asks Trunks what he thinks, and Trunks sarcastically says it looks great. Meanwhile, Vegeta walks in and tells Gohan he will beat him in the tournament when suddenly a voice appears out of nowhere, the voice of Goku. Goku tells Vegeta, Bulma, Gohan and Trunks that he will be competing in the tournament as well, and then asks Gohan to tell Chi-Chi that he is coming back for a day. Vegeta says that he will beat him. Goku counters by saying that miracles happen. While flying over to Kame House, Gohan comes across a movie set where he sees the two people shooting at a girl in a car. He stops the people and is yelled at for interrupting the scene. Gohan is invited to the next scene due to the Saiyaman actor being afraid of heights, but flies off after realizing what time it is. So he heads for Master Roshi's island and tells Krillin and Android 18 about the tournament and the prize money. Krillin is also excited to see Goku. Next, he heads over to Kami's lookout, or Dendi's place, and tells Piccolo and Mr. Popo about it. Piccolo makes a snide and opprobrious comment about Gohan's outfit, and on the way home, Gohan comes to the conclusion that he is jealous. When he tells Chi-Chi, she is very excited about Goku's return and even worries that she will look too old for Goku, but she does not want Gohan to enter this tournament. When he tells her that about the prize money, she changes her mind and lets Gohan train instead of going to school. Gohan and Gotenk go to bed that night and get up bright and early the next morning to train. The episode ends with Gohan transforming into a Super Saiyan.
Trivia. Number 1. This is Marin's debut appearance. Number 2. In both this episode and the manga it was based on, Gohan breaks the fourth wall by informing the viewers that Krillin doesn't fight anymore, so he let his hair grow out or hasn't shaved his head since the Cell games, depending on the translation. Number 3. Many characters in this episode resemble characters from the beginning of Dragon Ball Z and from Dragon Ball. Number 4. A farmer Gohan passes looks almost identical to the one who first sees Raditz in the first episode of Dragon Ball Z, the new threat. Number 5. The actors playing the villains in the Great Saiyaman film car chase scene look identical to the pair who tried to stick up Goku and later teamed up with the thief, Husky, when he first visited West City during the Red Ribbon Army saga. Number 6. The Great Saiyaman film director and his assistant resemble Commander Red and Staff Officer Black. Number 7. The owl with a cap, first seen in the Dragon Ball episode The Emperor's Quest, appears at the end of this episode. Number 8. Gotenk is seen carrying a large fish, much like Goku was when he first met Bulma in the first Dragon Ball episode, The Secret of the Dragon Balls. Number 9. During this episode Dende wears an outfit identical to Kami's. He also wears this outfit in the 6th Dragon Ball Z movie The Return of Cooler and in the episode Gather for the Tournament. Number 10. In the uncut version, Gohan refers to Videl as Videl Satan. Number 11. This is the second and final time where Bulma smokes. She presumably stopped smoking after this episode. Number 12. This is the first time Gohan uses a turban and sunglasses as the Great Saiyaman.
The newest Super Saiyan is the 12th episode of the Great Saiyaman Saga and the 206th overall episode of the uncut Dragon Ball Z series. The episode first aired on November 10th, 1993. Its original American air date was September 24th, 2001. All over the world, Z fighters prepare for the World Martial Arts Tournament and Goku's return. On top of Kami's lookout, Piccolo is under intense meditation. At Kame House, Android 18 is making Krillin train for his breakfast. At Capsule Corporation, Vegeta and Trunks have their own intense training regime in the gravity chamber. Gohan has just finished breakfast and is on his way to training with Gotenk. Chi-Chi warns Gotenk not to interfere with Gohan's training. Gohan transforms to Super Saiyan and starts his training. Goten keeps interrupting him by catching dinosaurs, but Gohan yells at him after he is almost killed by one. Then he decides to let Goten help by throwing rocks at Gohan. After chucking rocks for a bit, Goten stops and says he wants to be a Super Saiyan now. Gohan laughs, saying that becoming a Super Saiyan requires lots of training. But he is bewildered when Goten transforms right in front of him. The stunned Gohan asks Goten when he first transformed, but the young half Saiyan says he does not remember. In a flashback, Goten reveals his mother knows his Super Saiyan form and told him to never transform again. He also reveals that Trunks is stronger than him because he is older. Gohan decides he wants Goten to be his sparring partner and the two start fighting, with Goten showing an impressive fighting style. The young Saiyan backs Gohan up against a cliff when Gohan flies up. Goten gets angry and tells Gohan to stay on the ground because he does not know how to fly. Gohan tells his brother he will teach him when Videl's helicopter is seen at a distance. Gohan remembers that he promised to teach her how to fly. The episode ends as Chi-Chi and Videl argue with each other while Gohan laughs about Goten. Soon, Gohan realizes the power Goten contains and that he could become the strongest being in the universe.
Trivia number 1. The flashback that shows Goku and Chi-Chi just married, driving in their wedding hover car, is based on the cover of the chapter Goku Gets Married. Number 2. Transforming into a Super Saiyan, Goten takes the title of youngest Super Saiyan in the entire series.
Take Flight Videl is the 13th episode of the Great Saiyaman Saga and the 207th overall episode of the Uncut Dragon Ball Z series. The episode first aired on November 17, 1993. Its original American air date was September 25, 2001. Gohan is attempting to teach Goten and Videl how to fly. Gohan explains to Videl about using energy from their bodies. Of course, Videl does not know what energy is. Gohan figures Videl calls it something else. Goten demonstrates by shooting a ki blast and blowing up some rocks. Videl says it is a trick. Gohan shows her how to create it first, so she can use it to fly. Videl tries to copy Gohan, but she is tense, so Gohan tells her to be calm. Videl starts to cry at the thought of not being able to fly. Then Goten, Gohan, Videl, and Chi-Chi have a lunch. Videl eats some of the food and suggests that she give the recipe to her cook. Chi-Chi is surprised by this and starts to ask questions. She asks if she is in the restaurant business. Videl replies that she has a cook at home. Chi-Chi asks how many rooms Videl has in her house. When Videl says about 50, Chi-Chi immediately asks Gohan if he is going to marry her. Shocked, Gohan spits out rice at Goten. Goten asks Chi-Chi, so does this mean Videl will be my new sister? With Gohan shockingly saying, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. After lunch, Videl has a second attempt at trying to create energy. She successfully creates a small energy sphere and almost passes out, but is nevertheless happy of her accomplishment. She then yells at Gohan to get on with her training. Back in Other World, Goku is continuing his training. South K talks to Kinkyū about his own fighter, stating that he is better than Goku. Kinkyū says that Goku will be going to Earth for the World Martial Arts Tournament. South K says his fighter will be there. He also says that Goku is not very strong and his fighter will mop the floor with Goku. Kinkyū says to put on 8 more tons per weight. Goku says that is impossible. South K laughs and says Kinkyū is showing off one of his stupid corny jokes. Kinkyū asks Goku to turn into a Super Saiyan. Goku says that will be a lot easier. South K then gives Goku the extra weight. Goku is about to lose it, but he then turns Super Saiyan. As a Super Saiyan he shows his true skills. Amazing South K. Kinkyū says that the tournament is going be held in 28 Earth days and cannot wait for South K's fighter to be there. South K announces that his fighter will not be there because it will waste his time and that it will be boring. South K walks away with his fighter while Kinkyū is laughing and shows the victory sign. Back on Earth, Goten and Videl now try to fly. Goten tries by jumping up and down. Videl tries to use her energy and tenses up. Gohan tells them to use their energy. Goten starts to float and is now flying. Videl is shocked by this. Goten flies around and laughs happily. Gohan is happy to see his brother flying, but Videl is angry because Gohan forgets about her. Goten then starts to fall. Gohan then explains to Videl about drawing her energy out. She also starts to float. Gohan is happy, and Videl says that she is still focusing on her energy. She then lands and says that she wants to learn more about flying. Before she leaves, Gohan says to Videl to cut her hair short. Videl begins to blush and thinks that Gohan likes short-haired girls, revealing that she has a crush on him. Gohan then says that it will be easier to fly and fight. Videl gets really angry due to embarrassment, yells madly at Gohan, and then flies away in her airplane. Goten asks why she is angry, and the shocked Gohan says that he does not know. At Capsule Corporation, Vegeta is training with Trunks. Trunks says that Goten called him, and that he is going to be in the tournament. Trunks also says he wants to be there too. Trunks turns into a Super Saiyan, which amazes Vegeta. Vegeta says, "Trunks, if you can punch me in the face, we will go to the park." Trunks is excited. Trunks is on the attack and punches Vegeta. Then, Vegeta punches Trunks in the face, which makes him cry. Vegeta says that he never told Trunks he would not counterattack, and that he is going to bring Trunks to the park. He then asks his son who is stronger, Trunks or Goten, and Trunks says he is stronger because he is older, and Goten does not know how to fly. Back at Gohan's place, the two brothers are running to train for the tournament when an aircraft flies down near them and lands. A girl with short hair comes out. Goten wonders who she is. It is Videl, who has now cut her hair short and is ready to continue training.
Major events. Number 1. Trunks decides that he will participate in the World Martial Arts Tournament along with Goten. Number 2. Trunks transforms into a Super Saiyan for the first time on screen, becoming the second youngest Super Saiyan shown in the series. He is 1 year older than Goten. Number 3. Gohan teaches Goten and Videl how to fly. Number 4. This is the first episode where a romance between Gohan and Videl starts to appear, namely, when she asks Gohan if he would like her if she cut her hair, and again, during the lunch, when both of them blush when Chi-Chi suggests them getting married, and when she gets mad at Gohan for paying more attention to his little brother than her. Trivia. Number 1. Goten saying, "Come back you villain," to a frog is most likely a reference to Captain Ginyu, who switched bodies with a Namekian frog. Number 2. There is a short scene when Gohan is trying to teach Videl how to fly where her gloves change colors from black to red, then back to black. Number 3. Videl's hair is cut short in this episode, but it is later grown back in Granddaughter Pan. Number 4. Kara Edwards has stated that this is her favorite episode of the show, particularly the scenes involving Goten and Videl.